Of course, to put anything like this together, it just takes an awful lot of people, and we've got a lot of people to think, and to do that, one of my former producers at CBS 11, now the president of the Dallas Press Club, Frank Librio. Frank?
Thank you, Tracy. Welcome, everyone. And a big welcome to all of those folks that drove all the way from Fort Worth, Texas. We appreciate it. Bob's home. Yes, please. So I know you're all here this evening, just waiting tonight to hear about media stories against one party against the other, some fierce infighting, questions about whether a candidate's hair is real or not, and a battle to the finish. Well, that'll be on at 9 o'clock tonight as Bravo debuts The Real Housewives of Dallas. Sorry, Bob, it's true. You'll hear about the twists and turns of Campaign 2016 coming up as Tracy Rowlett interviews Bob. And if anyone can make sense of it, Bob's the man to do it. Another important announcement, this would not be a press club event, of course, if we didn't point out where the bars are. They're in the back of the ballroom. Please feel free to frequent them during the program. We also want you to know we encourage you to keep your phones out on silent. We encourage you to tweet, Flickr, Instagram, Facebook, pictures, quotes of tonight's event using the hashtag #BobMilestones or Press Club Dallas. There are many, many people to thank tonight. This room is filled with an impressive group of community partners, and I want to thank you all individually. First, the Press Club of Dallas. If you're a board member of the Press Club, please stand and be recognized so people can see you and all of the hard work you did to put together this event. Thank you. The Press Club of Dallas actually serves 5 counties in North Texas: Denton, Tarrant, Callan, and Rockwall counties in Dallas County. I want to thank our board of directors very much. Like any team, my Texas Rangers friends will tell you there are some most valuable players putting on this event, and I want to recognize them individually. First, Nikki McQuistion, past president and treasurer of the club. Thank you, Nikki. Hugh Ainsworth. Hugh Ainsworth has been a member of the Press Club for 60 years. He's been board president, he's been on the board 3 times, and he came back when we needed his wisdom and guidance the most. So thank you, Hugh. Ed Bark, thank you for all your efforts tonight. And Scott Goldstein, thank you very much. Also, this event would not be possible with a huge thank you to Karen Lucan, our event producer. Karen is probably running around, but Karen took care of every detail. Trust me, if it was up to me, we'd be eating pizza and Cheetos. So thank you, Karen, very much for your efforts. Yeah. Our press club has been around since 1948, the year Bob saw that helicopter. We have a colorful history, and you can read all about it on our website at pressclubdallas.com. Our club is built on truth, trust, and transparency. Our mission is to support journalism and communications in all its forms. We actively support the First Amendment, the public's right to know, and the rights of both professional and citizen journalists. And it is our honor to honor Bob Schieffer tonight. So Bob, get ready, we're gonna love all over you. Now, a big thank you, absolutely. A big thank you to our presenting sponsors, the TCU Bob Schieffer College of Communication, Dean Christy Bunton, thank you very, very much. CBS Radio, KRLD, thank you for your support. Ollie Beth Allman and Associates, Ollie Beth and Pierce Allman, thank you very much. Luther King Capital Management, thank you. And Murray Media at that level, Doug Murray and Scott Murray, your generosity is overwhelming, thank you. We have many corporate sponsors to thank as well, and I'll go through them quickly, but it's an impressive group of people and corporations. The Fort Worth Star-Telegram, the Dallas Morning News, KTVT CBS 11, KXAS NBC5, the City of Fort Worth, the City of Dallas, Southwest Airlines, the Fort Worth Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Dallas Convention and Visitors Bureau, the Clyburn, I Spy a Piano, Edelman Dallas, ABI, The Art of Influence, Allen Media, Weber Shandwick, Wright Knatzer PLLC, Southwest Transplant Center, Artifacture, Texas Rangers Baseball Club, the Dallas Citizens Council, American Airlines, and Earth Day Texas 2016. And we have individual sponsors to thank: the Amon G. Carter Foundation, Mr. Bob Mong, Tracy and Jill Rowlett, the Librio family, and Pierce and Allie Beth Allman. And now, thank you, absolutely. And now, please welcome journalist, entrepreneur, and the chair of tonight's event, Mr. Pierce Allman.
Two nuns were traveling through West Texas in a Volkswagen, and it suddenly just coughed and went to the side of the road. And one sister turned to the other. She said, "We, I think, are out of gas. What should we do?" And one looked at the other. She said, "I'll pray." She said, "You do that. In the meantime, I'm going to see if I can find some petrol." So she walked down the road not too far, and sure enough, there's one of the old, snack stands, combination gas thing, and the old boy, plug in his mouth. He's leaning back in a chair, and here comes, the nun up to him, and he almost swallowed his, and he got up. He said, "Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I mean, can I help you?" And she explained what it was. He said, "Ma'am, I got gas, but I ain't got nothing to fetch it in." She said, "This is an hour of need. Anything. Hang on." He rummaged around, he came back, and all he could find was an old bedpan. He said, "Now, sister," she said, "this will be fine." So she starts back down the road carrying the bedpan full of gas, goes to the car, opens the gas tank, starts pouring it in. Here comes a big crew cab dually with the foxtails and the mud guard, and a boy in there listening to George Strait, just having a good time. And he looked over and he did a double take and almost went in the bar ditch. He got out, walked over, took his hat off, put it over his heart, and he said, "Ma'am, I believe that's the greatest act of faith I ever saw." And that's why you're here tonight. It's an act of faith. Journalism is an act of faith. Faith in the message, faith in the people, faith in the messenger. The Tow Center for Digital Journalism at the Columbia School of Journalism had this in a recent report. The fate of journalism in the U.S. is now far more squarely in the hands of individual journalists than it is in the hands of the institutions that support them. John F. Kennedy, in a speech that he was to have delivered November 22nd, 1963, said, in a prescient paragraph, "In a world of complex and continuing problems, in a world full of frustrations and irritations, America's leadership must be guided by the lights of learning and reason, or else those who confuse rhetoric with reality, the plausible with the possible, will gain the popular ascendancy with their seemingly swift and simple solutions to every world problem." Surely there's no argument that today the demand, the plea, the requirement is for more professionalism, more responsibility in journalism than ever before. And when you say all those things, you are saying Bob Schieffer.